So I think we have to trust her. I think... I'm gonna go with my gut from the past. I trusted her from the start. Not maybe. I don't know. There were points, you know, where I felt like she could help us. And then, of course, that didn't happen. But I'm going to take the chance. I'm actually getting like bubble in my throat and shit happening right now. Jesus Christ. Is that what the kids call choked up? Oh my god. I'm going to trust her. I think we have to trust her, as hard as it is to say. We have to trust her. Sure. I'll be keeping an eye on her though. We can't afford to blindly trust anyone who says they can help us. Alright, Kat. If you want our help, you're going to need to answer a few questions. Ask away. What the hell is this shit show for? Shit. And why have you been forcing us to repeat it over and over? As someone from the Resistance, it should be obvious to you. This is just one of the hundreds killing shows we air. A show that keeps people scared. That keep people from organizing against the government. You want to paralyze people with fear? Paralyze? You broadcast exactly what will happen if you rise up. Yeah, close enough. You're monsters, you know that? I don't disagree with you, but we're not in charge here. Some of us still have family to lose, Ali. Continue. Before we air each show, we test them internally on test audiences to see what kind of ratings they'd bring for the fortunate, and what kind of despair they'd bring for the less fortunate. If they tested well enough, we'd air it. But it wasn't efficient. We couldn't just film a killing show over and over again to see which version of it rated best. You can't bring people back from the dead. It was the same for the test audiences. You couldn't just make them watch multiple versions of a show, as they'd remember previous versions that would influence their opinions. There was no way to test multiple versions of a show without losing the feeling that lives were really in danger. But the memory rewriter would have changed that. It did. We were able to reuse everybody. Our volunteer actors, the test audiences. Since we could just make people forget what happened, we could film run after run of the show, where each was as if it were the first time to all of you. And that's exactly what we've been doing here for the last 2 years. It was a lot to hear. I had a feeling, but to know that people looked at us like we were nothing but lab rats, while I genuinely was afraid for my life, it's sickening. We were silent for a while. You've been testing the show this long. When's the real thing? There is no real thing. It's only what version sets the best. That said, there's only so much time Damien is willing to spend on this show, and that time is almost up. This is the last one of the show. If you don't escape before the end, you're all as good as dead. I know Damien and I have said we'd let you and your chosen partner go if you achieve enough ratings, but it's a lie, isn't it? Yeah. I'm sorry I've waited this long to try and help you guys. I've been too scared to risk it all, but I've got nothing left to lose now. She extended her hand to me for a handshake. Allies, at least till we're out of here. I don't really have a choice this time either, huh? If you wanted to, you could report us right now. That's true. And my word would count for me than all of yours. Would count for more than all of yours, sorry. But that wouldn't save the person I need to. Like it or not, we have to work together. And then it's a deal. I at least shook Kat's hand. Kat, Are you sure you don't want to? I'm fine, Scarlet. It's not important anymore. We didn't have any time to waste. If you say so. Anyway. The only time we can escape is the last day of the show, between midnight and just before the sun goes up. That's when the boat comes to welcome the newly engaged couple, and that's the only way off the island alive. It also doubles as a supply ship. We use it to replenish between each run of the show. Are there no other planes on the island? A boat would be far slower. Unfortunately, it's not so easy. There's a protective shell around the island, which performs two functions. First, it renders us invulnerable to satellite, invisible to satellite. It's the reason why your people couldn't find us, Sally. Second, if anything bigger than a human being tries to get in or outside the barrier, it'll get fried, unless it's emitting a compatible IFF signal. The only way off this island is that we will have the only way off the island that will have that signal is the boat. I'm betting it'll be heavily guarded. Well, yes. But not from the people on it. The ship itself will be run by a skeleton crew. It's the staff on the island who we'll have to watch out for. Oof. Sorry, I'm just... interesting feelings are... in me. That still leaves the question of how we'll deal with them. Last time I checked, there's hundreds of them. Not even 10 of us. Actually, it might not be so hard after all. I've got a plan that just might work. Though I have to admit, it's a little crazy. I like the sound of that. So do I. If it involves zombies again, I'm out. Whoopsies. Shit. No, I moved the text box. We can't have this. Yui explained her plan to us, with a renewed confidence that could inspire anyone to believe. Luckily, we still have tomorrow. Whoopsies. So, we have just the amount of time we need. This just might work, Yui. You're a mad genius. It's crazier than anything I'd imagined. And crazy enough to work. Let's get to work! Wait, were we even listening to the same plan? The others went their separate way to help prepare for Violet's plan. Wait a minute. Wait. No, okay, hold on. Either... I'm gonna have to... What? Violet's plan? Which one's wrong? Whose plan is it? I'm gonna believe it's Yui's plan because that makes more sense. I think she's going to get the forest demons. I'm sorry for spoiling it if that's correct, but now I get to say that I called it, so win-win for me. I don't know if that's a win-win anyway. But Cat stayed. Our business wasn't finished just yet. What's up? I want to trust you, Cat, I really do. But you've burned me before. How could I ever trust you now? That's fair. The only thing I can say is to try to make you trust me is that we both have people we care about, Biscrudo. And that if you don't escape, then the person I care about will go down with you. I'm not asking you to put your neck out for me. You'll never have to. I'm asking for you to help somebody that you've never met, that you never will. Somebody innocent. Is it that brother 6? It's strange. This woman has put me through hell, treating me like a lab rat and more, and yet... that wasn't the right rhythm. Somehow I think she's telling the truth. Honestly, it doesn't really matter if you do trust me. You'll see tomorrow that I'm going along with Violet's plan either way. Okay, so what's Violet's plan? I'll trust you, Cat. With Tara, I'm confused. I'm sorry for yelling at you earlier. Don't I literally shot you. I think that earns you the right to be angry and more, no? We've gotten to know you over these past years. That's weird that it's been years. I haven't comprehended that it's been years with her. Not for more than a couple weeks straight, but I got to know you. And I think you're rude and manipulative and have no problem lying to my face. Hey, can we just skip to the part where you compliment me? You're also incredibly cross. You keep secrets from everybody, and... You finished? But I don't think you're a bad person. Every time the show ran, you always talked to me to make me feel like I wasn't alone. And you made sure I never lost hope. I know that was never part of the job. You didn't have to do that. Fuck. Yet you did. Over and over. It must have been so tiring to do that. Over and over. Full well knowing that we were doomed. I don't know why you're doing this all, but I believe that you do care about helping people. I'm flattered, Screwdle. But you've got me wrong. What do you mean? Everything I've ever done for you, the others, it's been for my own selfish reasons. Just happens to line up nicely. Though I do appreciate the compliment. Unlike before, I couldn't tell if she was telling the truth. When you went on separate ways shortly after, she's probably telling the truth. Whether or not those reasons are actually selfish is up for debate, but that she considers them selfish, I think is likely. Anyway, I spent the rest of the night helping the others with preparing for the plan. I was exhausted when I went back to my room, but I still couldn't fall asleep for several hours. As if something's on the tip of my tongue, but I just barely can't grasp it. Yet somehow, I know I'm closer than I've ever been. Don't give me another option. Which one? Okay, this time, 40 minutes into the recording, I'm gonna say, hey, there's a chance that I could end the recording, end the episode here, or whatever, for the third time, and I'm not gonna stop the recording. Fuck it. I'm going. And then if this recording gets corrupted, I'm crying, but... it's okay. Kat was true to her word. Instead of having another date on the 6th day of the show, she planned a huge party for the staff instead. A thank you for all your hard work party. As soon as she told her staff that Violet would be cooking for the event, all of them dropped everything and helped prepare for it. She's poisoning everybody. Uh-oh. While the staff prepared for the party grounds during the day, each of us were hard at work, making sure other parts of it went well. Violet cooked mountains of food as her life depended on it. The truth, it did. Huey was playing games with the staff outside. It didn't take long for her to become a fast favourite for them. Pretty sure half the staff were playing games just so they could get her to notice them. And she knew it. I have to admit, I'm really impressed by Yui. Her plan is really coming together. Okay, wait, it was her plan, but... are they just calling it Violet's plan because it involved Violet poisoning everybody, potentially, maybe? Maybe, is this the unsolved mystery of the game? Jeez, anyway. Tara and Scarlet joined forces to make sure all the staff joined the festivities. Tara used Kat's producer room to find any stragglers who want to join the festivities. And Tara found them one by one. Scarlet turned on the charm and made sure that they came with her to the party. And when it was time for Scarlet to switch to her other method, Allie took over. Though I'm told she employed more force than charm. Meanwhile, I ran around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to make sure every part of our plan was going smoothly. And for once, it did. A few hours later, we had every staff member on the island partying their lights out. Everybody's here? You bet. You should have seen the ones that tried to run. I made sure everyone who came stayed too. Perfect. Everybody's eaten? As they should have. It is fine food. Looks like it's all going according to plan. I am just going to get ahead and get to the fun part. Scarlet pulled a remote from her pocket and pressed a button on it. A few seconds later, fireworks were shooting into the night sky above the party's grounds. The cheers of the staff were like thunder. And with that, the plan is going as smoothly as can be. Great job, team. Oh yeah, you won, Yui. Right back at you, Allie. We cheered as the fireworks after firework lit up the night sky. Close it off. Whoa! Are fireworks supposed to be this bright? Come to think of it, these fireworks are practically blinding. I have to say, I did a pretty good job with these fireworks. Though there might be some side effects to watching them for so close. Let's worry about that later. The fireworks were the signal to try and escape. To those trying to escape. That there was nothing left to do except wait. It's going to be a long night. Sorry, we have to wait till midnight. I know what we said before, but it'd be such a shame to spend tonight just worrying over what may happen tomorrow. We might live, we might die. Same as any other day. How about instead we just dance the night away? You know what? That sounds great. Roll credits. That sounds lovely. Let's do it. Come on, let's dance like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, okay, thank you, Tara. Yuck. I mean, listen, I'm not fully against dancing. I'm just against everybody in the story all being happy, you're lucky, let's all dance. Anyway. Don't be like that, Tara. It'd be good for us to blow off some steam. Dancing sounds like an exercise. Allie picked up Tara over her shoulder. Damn, it's strong. or Tara's light. I don't know, man. They both don't... Alright, you know what, I'm gonna... Anyway. And away we go. Anime logic. Come on. Scarlet grabbed my hand and pulled me with her to where people were dancing. The others followed close behind. And they sure are carefree, huh? Some things never change. Maybe we'll get out of here tomorrow. Maybe we won't. I hope we do, though. I like to think that one day we'll look back and remember this day. It was the most fun night I've ever had. Out of the nights that I can remember. We lived like there was no tomorrow. And now, we'll find out if there is a tomorrow for us. We waited in the darkness for hours, waiting for the boat to come. The plan was simple, yet had no room for error. First, we didn't make sure the boat is really coming. Okay, get the lube. Anyway, it's later than usual. You don't think they're onto us? No, it'll just be a little longer. It's cold. There's no point in worrying at this point. If they're onto us now, we're already dead. All we can do is wait. We waited for an hour more, then another. We were losing hope.